Okay, okay. I was listening to my last stream, and I'll be honest, I'm not happy with the digitization of my voice because of the noise suppressor here. It's not working very well for me. I mean, I love that it hides all the noise from the air conditioners and everything. That's great. So it's not giving that constant hum back there. But at the same point, I don't know whether this is any better. And since there's nobody to give me feedback, yeah. Again, I'll say there are new prints and new paintings up for sale on their respective sites. So do with that information what you will. What the hell? My last Pokemon go up. What was that about? My wife just sent me a picture. Start this off, I guess. So a few days ago, what was that? It must have been last Friday. Went to take out the trash. Last Friday morning. Flat got smacked in the face with a damn spider web. I mean, this thing, like, walked right into it. This thing's building it right on my front stoop area, underneath the overhang. And it's, like, absolute worst spot this thing could possibly decide to build a web for me personally. And it's, he didn't take my, my well-being into consideration at all. So a little offended. I'm wondering if the neighbors thought I had a seizure or something from the way I reacted. But, so, that sucked. But then the next day, or later on that day, I can't remember which it was, my wife goes out and, and then she comes back multiple times during the day. She doesn't encounter this fucking web. So, we go out for our Pokemon walk. She goes right past the web, doesn't run into it. I ran right into it again. And so again, I start freaking the F out. She's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, fucking spiderweb! And I had to, show her where it was. She's like, oh my god, how did I miss that? I don't know, you missed it. But it hit me in the face. And now, I mean, it used to be no big deal when I had the short hair. I know this sounds silly, but, you brush your face off and suddenly anything that feels like long hair must be a web. So once you know you're clear of that, you're clear of it. Nowadays, since I've been growing the hair out, this is not true any longer. Let's try to get some of these touch-up spots before I get too big into. That's probably why somebody dropped in and dropped the fuck out immediately. Like, if I wanted to see somebody paint the same thing over and over again, I'd watch Bob Ross. I have to say too, by the way, I am heartbroken today. My buddy Jay, apparently lost a bet and had to shave his dreadlocks. And I mean, Jay's been growing these dreadlocks since, I'm pretty sure since my wedding. So my wife and I got married in 2004. So these have been growing for a while. And, I have to go out there. That's nice. Hey, wait a minute. Boss followed me again? What the hell is happening here? Boss, thank you again, I guess. Why'd you leave in the first place? Right, just getting back emails or something. I don't know. If you're coming in here for a follow thing, I'm not prone to doing that unless I've had some conversations with you and I know what you're like and what you're about. That's an FYI. I think it's only fair. Because almost every follow for follow that I've had on here ends up with I still follow them and they've stopped following. So I'm not prone to open those up very quickly. do hope everybody had a good Monday. Mine was a rancid piece of shit, but that's not really, you know. That's just par for the course at this point. Like, I think if I had a good Monday, I'd actually die of a heart attack. And it's not like, you know, I don't want to be like, oh, it's like Garfield, like, oh, so we got the case of the Mondays. You know, fuck those people. No, it's just like, literally, it's impossible to have... It's impossible pretty much to have a good day, period. But there's something extra douchey about Mondays. Like, all the customers for the company I work for, it's like they all expect us to have been working the entire weekend or something. Because they all act like, I sent this thing on Friday at, you know, 4:58. Why is there no response? First, I went home. You fuck. I went home, I had a weekend where I didn't think about this place at all. This place had caught on fire. Alright, I'll be honest. In my business, like literally every building, every plant that we have, and everyone in it, and every distributor associated with it all caught on fire. While I was working, I wouldn't really blink about it either. But yep, I get to go home, right? And I'd be like, call 911. I'm like, fuck you. Can I go home? For some reason, I'm called not a team player. I don't know why. Now what I just see what I just saw something. It's like, this is a blatant hole, you need to take care of this. And now I've lost it. What's in there? That's not what I was looking at. Oh, it's this, but it's definitely something to take care of. just can't get over my buddy Jay. How he looks to the shaved head. It's just nuts. I really want to know. I mean, I can't imagine his son took it very well. He's still young, you know. He's younger than Andy, and it's like kids that age, man. You come back, you know. It's like the videos of the dads that shave, and then it's like the kid freaks the fuck out. It's basically the same thing. LT should make fucking bets like that, though. Jesus Christ. I can't imagine. I don't know. I can't believe that somebody convinced him into it. He probably thought it's his game. There's no way. So what happened was he was doing a demo of his game, BT Heroes, and I guess at some point he made a challenge. You know, it's probably thought it's his game. He's got to be able to win, right? He knows the game better than anyone else. He created it, for God's sakes. But it is a card game, and a good portion of card games, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on I guess which end of this you're on, you know, rely on luck. So, I mean, and his ran out apparently. That's awesome. Alright. somebody told me that I saw the leaked version of it, which, I mean, like, damn, man, that's not even, like, near VFX done. So this must have been actually from a while ago. I cannot imagine they're going to release that version we saw today. But the Far From Home trailer should be coming out, if I am not mistaken. Now, the one I saw, again, assuming this is the same one, saw the like you see Doctor Strange and Peter talking, and you see some of the events that have happened. You know, like it seems to be they said it's going to focus on the early part of the movie, according to the insiders, whoever they may be. It's going to focus on the earlier part of the movie, thus keeping secret the worst kept secret in all of Hollywood, which is the Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man making an appearance in this movie. My friend said it was supposed to happen right about 9:30. So, No Way Home. That's it, right? No Way Home trailer. That's from 5 months ago. That's a lie. So far, not looking so hot. I mean, it's obviously still got time. It's not quite 9:30. So here's what I'll say. If anybody's opposed to me stopping for a few seconds, well, like probably if it's the same one, I think it's like 2 minutes to check it out. I mean, you obviously, because I have the audio from the desktop, you'll hear it as well. So maybe see how I'm going to react to the trailer if it actually releases. I don't know what it's been about this particular movie that's been like. I mean, Marvel's really not like. I mean, again, it's not like it's not due out tomorrow or anything like that. The movie's not due out till end of the year. But like, it seems like they've been really, really secretive about this one. I guess that's Sony more than it's Marvel, but or Disney. But they're together on this, so that it's the two of them combined. I mean, I'll tell you, I'm just interested in the fallout of all this. Because, like, here's the deal. Alright. If Marvel wants to continue this setup that they have with Sony, introducing the multiverse is all good because then Sony can do whatever the hell they want with some other version of Spider-Man. which helps them a lot. However, if they resolve the multiverse, quote unquote, in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, or in Loki Season 2, or anything like that, anything where they could potentially fix it, where does that leave the Spider-Man series? They're doing the multiverse there. Do they just go independent? Do they, especially if, again, if Feige has some creative control over it. The whole situation around Marvel and Spider-Man, and the Sony relationship, has just been fascinating to me for over the years. I have loved every second of this crazy, confusing contract that's like unprecedented, really, in its execution and details of it. They're wild, man. They're wild stuff. But Marvel has the rights to use in their in their movies that they don't have the rights to use. Every few minutes supposed to go in there and click fresh, but I don't think it's happened. I think Marvel's just sticking with everybody. Oh yeah, we're gonna release it later tonight. Don't worry about it, guy. Yeah, you can trust me, guy. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. I'm sure no one will mind. Guy that wrote's an asshole. You know, I was talking last night a little bit. Not that anybody was actually here when I was saying it. I think if you are someone who is interested in trying to make art, you know, a career, especially if you are into something like the illustrative arts, I'm not sure a lot of his recommendations will work for fine artists, just because some of the things he mentions, like website-wise, are pretty much exclusively directed towards comic and sci-fi and fan art ideas, you know, anime fan art ideas, like that stuff. But it's worth watching Rich Friend's most recent. Well, I don't know if it's his most recent. I didn't see if he had another one today, but he just had a post on Sunday about how to grow your, you know, ways to grow your audience. And the one thing he did point out, I mean, like, and it's 100% true, because I mean, I can't get anything to carry over. As he's basically saying that it's almost impossible to carry an audience from one platform to the other. So, whereas I can't seem to grab my friends or, you know, my followers from Facebook over to Instagram, or from Instagram and Facebook over to here, like, or from here over to YouTube, like, it's pretty consistently non-existent. Like, you can't really seem to, you know, I mean, he seems to be, he's dead on about that. It's just something that's weird and get my headache. Sorry. You know, I don't know why, and, you know. And the biggest issue, I mean, like, there's some of the things that, you know, and other people were saying it, is like some of the sites that you go to for trying to raise awareness of your art, unfortunately, are populated by other artists who are not interested in buying your work. They're interested in getting their own art noticed by other people, and it's kind of leaves you in this lurch of where do you go. And you know, Instagram is one that people keep mentioning, obviously. And, you know, he talked a little about, like, you know, how, even though it's pretty much non-existent anymore, DeviantArt used to be a place where, you know, a lot of artists could get their stuff seen, but again, same issue. It was a lot of other artists looking at stuff, so great place to network, so that, you know, if you could find a, you know, somebody that, you know, really liked your stuff, you like their stuff, and then, you know, they get a job in comics or whatever your choice may be. Then if they get it and they go, oh, well, I know another guy, maybe, you know, like something like that might happen. But as far as finding purchasers, it's not exactly ideal, again, especially for this. So it's funny, I was just watching the video and I just kept thinking about, oh, fucked! I mean, look, I know what a huge part I need to do to if I want to grow this channel is I just can't do it because I have too many restrictions in my life. Which is 100% about getting in touch with, you know, going to other channels and not actively being like, hey, come see my stuff, you know, like, but talking with them and making it clear that you are also an artist and that you are also on here working in some way, shape, or form without being an asshole about it, without being someone that just comes in like, oh, watch my channel, and then never comes back to that other channel. And you know, but again, it's just right now. I mean, I don't get any free time at work, so I can't turn it on while I'm working. If I can turn it on now, it'd be a matter of, well, it's got to be on mute because I can't. I gotta, you know, I guarantee you, the second I turn the volume on, somebody, you know, one of my idiot customers is gonna call. So, screwed there. Okay, here we go. Okay, alright, let me pause this. Maybe this shit anyway. Alright, so here we go. I want to take a look at this. This is official. It's on YouTube, huh? Okay.
Oh, look at this. This is a good one. Some suggest that Parker's powers include the male spider's ability to hypnotize females.
Stop, come on.
Yes, my spider lord.
Can we just like stay up here all day? It is so crazy down there.
That's right, folks. Spider-Man is in fact Peter Parker.
Listen, I did not kill Mysterio. The drones did.
The drones that are yours.
Does any part of you feel relieved about all this?
What do you mean?
Now that everybody knows, you don't really have to hide or lie to people.
For the record, I never wanted to lie to you. But how do you tell someone that you're Spider-Man? Now everybody knows. But this isn't about me. This is hurting a lot of people.
Oh, shit. Ow.
I've just been thinking about how to fix all of this.
So he's looking at it like it's like a magic, like, vampire thing, whatever. Makes me think of.
I'm sorry to bother you, sir.
Please, we saved half the universe together. I think we're beyond you calling me sir.
Okay, Steven.
That feels weird, but I'll allow it.
When Mysterio
Okay, so now he's in the black costume
my
there.
entire life got screwed up. I was wondering if maybe you could make it so that he never did.
Strange. Don't cast that spell. It's too dangerous. Fine. I won't. The entire world is about to forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Wait, everyone? Can't some people still know?
That's not how the spell works.
So MJ's gonna forget about everything we've ever been through?
Stop tampering with the spell.
Oh my god, Ned, he's my best friend. Oh, my Aunt May should really know.
Stop talking.
Uh-oh.
What just happened?
We tampered with the stability of space-time.
Whoa, I was showing him in like
It's
the.
a concept about which we know frighteningly little.
Okay, so showed like the Mirrorverse area.
The problem is you trying to live two different lives. The longer you do it, the more dangerous it becomes.
Green Goblin bomb.
Be careful what you wish for, Parker.
Doc Ock arm.
Hello, Peter.
Oh, that's badass. Oh, that's badass. Alright, I'm set. That's much better because the one I watched today, like the leak trailer, like I said, it was, it really was not finished. Like, it really, really was not finished. I mean, like, some of the special effects literally still had, like, the gray look that if you're familiar with the program Blender, or any type of 3D rendering program, like, it's the raw version of it. That's what the one I saw. It's like the buildings are literally gray, you know, they were blocks without any detail, like, you know, no texturing, barely any lighting. Like, that's what a lot of the stuff in the leak trailer was like. This was fully finished and gorgeous. I don't know why it's showing snow in the Sanctum Sanctorum. You know, and it's going to be kind of interesting for them to figure out why, you know, to explain why, as he's messing with the spell, it leads to other villains or whatever, you know, coming out of the multiverse. But it is Alfred Molina's Doc Ock. You heard, I assume if you were listening, you heard the laugh of William Dafoe. At the same time, they showed the pumpkin bomb on the screen. Fuck, that's just fucking beautiful. I am super excited. They did not show, like I said, they're not revealing anything about other Peters. So I mean, like, if they're bringing in, at least showing the Alfred Molina and William Dafoe, Green Goblin, something's up. There's no way you're not gonna bring some sort of resolution to that involves Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. I imagine in the next trailer at some point we will see something like, Jamie Foxx's Electro, or I don't know if they bothered doing the Lizard. That'd be interesting. I don't think I've heard that one yet, but that would be pretty cool. I don't think I've heard that rumor yet. I like we saved the universe together. That's call me sir. I see you. Alright, that's right. That's good. I can't remember. I mean, this has a lot of basis in Spider-Man: A Brand New Day. Which the storyline is significantly different. I don't think we'll get anywhere involved in the events of Brand New Day. Primarily because, first off, MJ and Peter are not married. So that's a big one. They're still in high school, so, not married. But in Brand New Day, which actually gets its start from One More Day. Or maybe it's actually One More Day is the actual storyline it's getting from. As part of the comic book version of Civil War, Peter revealed his identity to the world because he was part of Tony Stark's side, which was the Registration Act. Was a good thing, and they had him on Tony's side in the and never took off of Tony's side in the movie version, and its registration was a little different anyway. But the in the comics, like I said, he reveals his identity, and Kingpin puts out a hit on anyone associated. And, it's on Spider-Man or anyone associated with it, I believe is what it goes. So, someone takes a shot at Peter, I don't remember who, but Peter's Spidey sense goes, oh fuck, move. So he moves, but in doing so, Aunt May is shot. And she's mortally wounded. They get her to the hospital as quickly as possible, and doctors are like, yeah, ain't shit we're gonna be able to do on this. She's dying, Our bad. And, so Peter starts going, literally to everyone. Jesus Christ, Steve and, Dr. Strange, can you please help? He's sorry, Peter can't do anything. It's something beyond my control, whatever, da-da-da. And he's just going, to all these different places until he eventually calls upon Mephisto, the Marvel version of the devil. Many people were kicking that name around a lot during the WandaVision series, but I don't think that's going to play out in this one either. But Mephisto was called upon, and Mephisto says, yeah, I'll save your aunt, but I want your marriage. And so MJ and Peter make the decision to dissolve literally dissolve any record of their marriage. Mephisto wipes it all away in order to save Aunt May. And their relationship is destroyed as well. I'll go into the history of that too nobody's here. Who cares? I'll say it anyway. But I'll go into that later. So, the their marriage and everything was destroyed. Some of the changes that happened to Peter during the years also went back. He no longer had the bionic, or bionic. Yeah, but I guess bionic, right? Not like bionic, but like they no longer had the natural web shooters. They got rid of that. That was introduced in the comics shortly after the original Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire. Here they got rid of it again. They bring back the idea of like sometimes he runs out of web fluid. It's like, oh shit, I'm out of fluid and I'm falling. Or I can't stop this bad guy because I'm out of fluid or whatever. I need electric webs now. So they brought that bad situation. As I said, MJ and his relationship is gone. They are friends, but they don't have any. There was at some point they were together, but they broke up, and that's about it. I don't even know if they have any memory of being married. I don't think they do. Yeah, no, they don't, if I remember correctly. Peter gets super pissed off before they save Aunt May, by the way. Beats the shit out of Kingpin in prison. Because Kingpin was in prison when he ordered it. But beats the ever-living snot out of him. It's pretty good. Really good comic, because it was just reminded him, it's just like, yeah, Peter gives him a speech, I just want you to remember that, for all your, training, all your weight, strength training, whatever, you're just a man. It's just you're nothing comparatively to me. It's just so good. It's just Peter just loses shit on Kingpin. But anyway, so this seems to have a lot of that, but it's actually going to be Doctor Strange. Seems to be old split shit, but obviously something goes wrong. And that's where we'll get a little more of an Into the Spider-Verse idea. Which seems to be where the rest of it's going. Now, if I go back to, I'll go back to explaining the whole onus behind a brand new day. For whatever reason, it's never been really. I mean, he said why, but it doesn't make any sense when you actually say it out loud. Joe Quesada. Oh, I said George. Joe Quesada had a hard-on about getting rid of MJ and Peter's relationship. The moment he became editor-in-chief of Marvel, he wanted their relationship dead as a doornail. And he worked desperately to get that. Part of that was at one point they were trying to get rid of the Clone Saga, and that was actually before he became head editor. But, yeah, maybe it was. No, that was much earlier. But he was trying to get rid of it. They've been trying to get rid of MJ's relationship for years at Marvel. MJ and Peter's relationship. Because they felt Peter, Spider-Man's for kids. Spider-Man is to bring teenagers. You can't relate to a married, superhero who's kind of got stuff going well for them. Sort of, She's a model, and he's a scientist, or reporter, or depending on which part of the story where they get into. And so they eventually came up with that harebrained idea of Brand New Day, which almost every fan hated the execution. The stories after it were good, and I will say they were some of the best Spider-Man stories I've ever read. So in the screw-up that occurred to make it happen, it was really well done afterwards. One of the best damn storylines to come out of it was the Superior Spider-Man storyline, which involves Doc Ock actually trading places. Doc Ock is on his deathbed, and he has a thing that he's been using for months on end to basically implant his consciousness into Peter's body. So eventually it swaps them out. And so Peter's now stuck in Doc Ock's dying body, and Doc Ock is in Peter's body. And of course, then, as Peter's trying to get to his own body, people think Doc Ock's just fucking attacking him. So, lots of people join up with him. um, it ends, or Superior Spider-Man starts with Peter dying. And as he's dying, he basically forces Doc Ock to live through all his memories. So you have all these like classic Spider-Man memories of, you know, with great power comes great responsibility, and Uncle Ben getting shot, and Aunt May in danger, and all this stuff. Like all those memories, but you see little Otto Octavius there. And so Doc gets this idea like, oh fuck, man, no wonder you were a hero. You know, I now that I have this stuff, now I've got your guilt and your, you know, your life. Got to become a better Spider-Man than you. Just, you know, it's part ego, part, you know. And he does a lot of really, not Spider-Man-y type things, but things that definitely made a better Spider-Man. As in someone that could definitely get a little bit of better grip on crime in the city. But eventually it becomes clear that he is not prepared for the responsibilities that really involve being Spider-Man. And Peter's consciousness has always had like a little fragment within his brain that has now been, you know, like most of it has been eliminated, but it's all the good shit, like the you know, all the stuff that Doc was forced to list, you know, to exist with. Peter's now got it, so that's it. Just the basic stuff, you know. So now Peter's back to just a raw Peter Parker. It was really well done. I love that storyline. And then Peter trying to deal with the aftermath because like all sorts of crazy stuff happened that, you know, Doc did without, you know. And that's why I stopped collecting the trade paperbacks for a while. So I'm very far behind. I know that some of the events that after this led to, they call Spider Island, and that's basically like somebody, I think it's Jackal, releases a like bunch of like basically everyone becomes Spider-Man. Like, everyone gets Spider-Man powers in New York City. Everything goes fucking crazy. I think it was like a Queen Spider Lady or something too. I forget exactly how it works out. But eventually it leads to the Spider-Verse and, you know, him going across dimensions and stuff. And I never got to read the storylines yet. So. And it's a shame too, because like a lot of that stuff was drawn by Berto Ramos, who I just adore his artwork. For Spider-Man especially, he really he's a little more cartoony, but it works so well with Spider-Man. No Way Home. Alright. Yeah, so check out the trailer if you get the chance. I am excited. I just wish these mouth breathers that won't wear the goddamn masks or put on the. Doubly funny that they're mouth breathers. Yeah, mouth breathers, and it won't put on the mask or get the vaccine. Yeah, vaccine's approved by the FDA. All those assholes have said that. I'm waiting for it to get approved. It's approved. Get the fucking shot. That was your fucking excuse. Get the fucking shot. I will not have you ruining the ability to see Spider-Man in fucking theaters. I was hoping to see Black Widow. That didn't happen. Maybe I get a chance to see Shang-Chi. But I'll be damned if I'm going to miss Spider-Man in theaters. I'll throw you in fucking camps myself. Shit. Government may not do it, but I'll throw you in a camp. A friend of mine on Facebook who is very much anti-mask, anti-vaccine, like, posted something, and I mean, I get where he's coming from, but at the same point, it feels like he was just looking for people to validate his belief on it, and I think that's kind of an issue. It's a big issue that we keep having when this debate comes up, which is he's like, do you really think that, are you really of the opinion that people that don't agree with you aren't, are stupid or not as intelligent as you? And, or do you think you just have a blind spot? You won't listen to other people's opinions. It's like, see, that's a loaded question, the way you phrased it, because it's not necessarily something you're willing to accept a full answer on either, the way he wrote it. He too made it's an all or nothing. As I was telling my wife, it's like it's not that I think these people are stupid 9 times out of 10. There are some that are just flat dumb. Some people I know that are jackasses from high school, didn't pass biology. They're trying to tell me they know more. But that's just it. If you're trying to say that you know more than a bunch of, virologists that have been studying viruses for their entire fucking lives, and you're going to be like, well, this guy on YouTube says masks don't work, or I don't think the masks work. Your ignorance, your belief, your hypothesis, without any testing, without any verifications, does not outrank them. Your ignorance is not equal to someone's education. I mean, some people make the best way to put the argument is like, me wearing a seatbelt's a restriction on my rights. Well, it's kind of there to keep somebody, should you get into an accident and be killed in said accident, is to keep the other person from having to deal with the guilt and the horror of killing you because of an accident. Or to keep you from dying in the case of someone who's drunk driving, which they shouldn't do, and, they could be like, my right to drink and drive, fuck you. The same thing's going on with the masks, man. And if you'd say, the masks don't work, what the fuck happened to the flu this year? Did you notice it wasn't around as much? The masks fucking work. There we go. I mean, this is just as much as you need to fucking read. This is from Scientific American, okay? A scientific journal, peer-reviewed scientific journal. All right, because of masks and social distancing, the U.S. saw 700 deaths from influenza through the 2020 to 2021 season. In comparison, there were approximately 22,000 U.S. deaths in the prior season and 34,000 2 years before. That's an insane drop-off. It's because of fucking masks and social distancing. Whether or not you believe the fucking masks work is irrelevant against the fucking numbers. If you need further fucking proof, we had mass social distancing. Cases started going down. They take away the masks, they take away the social distancing, fucking cases start going up. And it is specifically hurting, I mean, yes, people go like, oh, California and New York have more fucking cases. But per capita, they do not. The cases are hitting in red states at a rate far higher than in the bigger cities per capita. And that's the number that's important, not the overall. I don't understand how people can not think of this through. And again, I don't think you're stupid. I don't think anybody that believes this is stupid. I think you're foolish. You're the idiot. Me in high school is like, I don't have to always wear a rubber. I'm sure I won't knock up the girlfriend. Like, that's the type of, thought process you're having right now. Now someone has lived through that. Wake the fuck up. Stop being an asshole. You know it's fucking bad when, the guy basically responsible for this whole move says finally at a fucking rally, get him, go get your shot, and he got booed on his own rally. The monsters are self-sustaining now. Sorry, I know I'm on a random, but it's like, dude, this should have been over. Like, statistically, we should actually be able to eliminate this fucking virus. Not like, oh, we gotta suffer with it for a little, every year or whatever. No, eliminate it. With proper vaccination and wearing masks and social distancing, we could eliminate this goddamn virus. It is not a pandemic if the goal is to get rid of the fucking. And I just can't understand. I can't understand the fucking politicians that are just like, literally like the people that are like vaccinated themselves, but then go out bitch about the vaccination. Oh, nobody have to do it. Or whatever, and like they're killing their own constituents, and I don't understand that. Like, eventually you're going to run out of people that will vote for you, unless you wisen the fuck up, and then you're going to be like, they're cheating. No, you killed them all, you idiot. Maybe I'm getting a little hot for it, but I won't. It's a bad fucking day, and now I want to bitch. So again, it's been FDA approved now. It's all said and done now. Get your goddamn fucking shot. I can't understand this idea that, like, people can't seem to understand, like, I get the whole thing, and God knows, I am not about trying to squeeze people's fucking rights. But we live in a society, and being in a society means that you have responsibilities to the people living fucking next to you. Like, if you're dumb enough to think, like, I don't want to use, I shouldn't say dumb, because I don't want to be, I want to be honest. I don't think people are, like, that think differently than this are stupid. I just think you're being foolish. You've taken it as a political opinion, and now it's, you won't let go of it, and that's ignorance. Like, but if you want to, the founding fathers, right? Here's your deal about like, if you went to Washington and told him, like, oh, look, man, we could stop some of your troops from dying in Valley Forge. If you guys, like, once somebody starts getting sick, you kind of isolate them a little bit, put masks on in front of everybody. I guarantee you he'd put them. If they knew how to actually stop some of the diseases that they were dying from, like out in fields and shit, they'd have done it. They just didn't know at the time. And they'd look at us like we're morons in this century because they'd be like, "Oh wait, you have this terrible disease that has a, you know," and yes, 2% doesn't sound like a lot. It's a 2% fatality rate. Don't let anybody give you that. It's only 99.8%, or you know, 99.98% fatality. No, it's 2% fatality rate. That's 99. That's 98% survival. Yes, but do me a favor and do the math and put in 2% of what, 7 billion people on the planet. Go ahead. What, 330 million Americans or whatever? Yeah, whatever. No, not 330. Billion? Whatever. Go ahead, go on and do the math then. No, look at the world population here. Let's do the math. Let's see. Okay, we'll just do the units, because it's all people fucking care. U.S. population 2021, we are at 333 million. Okay. That was right the first time. I'm not going to do all the extra, you know, 200 and whatever. 333, there's 214,000. I'm not going to do all that. 333 million. Times point. That's 6.6 million dead. Get your fucking shots. Wear your fucking masks. I don't give a shit if anybody jumped off me or whatever. I don't give a fuck. Right? And again, I will say this too. Like, yeah, and this is going to be. See, what I was just saying there, though some people want to take it as political, it's not political. It's a fucking statement. Biologists, people that study viruses have said these things will help. Do them and help other people. That is not a political statement. People have made it into a political statement. It is not a political statement. It's a statement of facts done by, these are scientists that study their shit. They know what they're talking about. You are an asshole who doesn't know what you're talking about. That's a statement of facts. This is political. I read something the other day where someone tried to say that President Biden only cares about himself and money. And that Donald Trump, the man who put his name on fucking any building he could, even ones he didn't actually own, who literally had gold fucking toilets, cares about other people. And not just himself and money. And I mean, if you believe that, again, I'm sorry, man. I can't. You can support his beliefs if you want to. There are a number that I will say are very, very racist. They're, you know, in their, maybe not in their statement directly, but in execution most certainly would be. And we can have those arguments. Those are separate. But to say that you believe that he doesn't just care about money and himself when that's literally been all he's ever done is just foolish. Just be fucking honest with it. I mean, his fucking great accomplishment of his, you know, the bits of wall that he got built got blown over because of rain. Yes, they were heavy rains, but guess what? A wall that gets blown over from rain isn't an effective wall. And if you need proof of that, there's one over in China that was built with rice as its mortar. It's still been around. It's still around. It's been there for a couple years. And I'm hot. I don't know why I'm hot. Fucking. Just tired. So fucking tired. Seeing the same fucking idiots say the same fucking things. Again, I should say idiots. I gotta stop. Well, my coworkers, my customers are part of this too. I mean, because they've just been. I gotta stop, I guess. I'll say if you have a difference of opinion with me right now, especially if as I'm about to log off, please direct any thoughts and opinions to the brick wall outside of your home. So you can pull out a master's or preferably a doctorate in virology. Shut the fuck up. I gotta say too, by the way, my favorite argument that people give is, you know, when it started, they said don't wear masks. Well, there were two reasons behind it. First, they didn't know. That's how science works. It's a new thing, we don't know about it, so we're going to ease on this side. Because we need to make sure there's masks if it is important to the guys that are in the hospital. We don't need you idiots all panicking and buying them out like you did toilet paper. And that was part two. Once I knew it works, we need to make sure there's put a paper mask on, or put a cloth mask on. Anyway, have a good night. See you Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Or probably not. Goes here. Alright. Good night, you bastards.